Namaskar, welcome to Satya Skills. In this video, let us learn some technical terms in theory of probability. If we understand these terms, it is very easy to do problems in probability because they are the basic terms we need to understand. So, these are the terms. The first one, trial and event. If an experiment is conducted a number of times under essentially identical conditions that gives several possible outcomes, then the experiment is known as trial and the outcomes are events. Sometimes they also say cases, that means when one event happens or when one trial is made or one experiment is made. Two things are there in the experiment, one is the trial, second one is the event. Example, throwing of a die is a trial, getting die means you know that we play gambling and all, dice will have 1 to 6 numbers there. So, when you throw a die is a trial, getting 1 or 2 or 3 up to 6 is an event. Another example, tossing of a coin is a trial, getting either head or tail is an event. Next one, exhaustive events. The total possible number of outcomes in any trial is known as exhaustive events or exhaustive cases. Example, the total possible number of outcomes in throwing of a die is 6. The next another example, the total possible number of outcomes in tossing a coin is 2, head and tail. Favorable events means number of possible outcomes favorable to an event in a trial is the number of outcomes which entail the happening of that event. Example, the event of getting sum, that is total 8 when 2 dice are thrown. What are they, 2 6 or 6 2 is the favorable event. Another example, the event of getting head twice if a coin is tossed 5 times. Then favorable event is getting 2 heads, 2 times head is the favorable event. Then mutually exclusive events. If there are 2 events such that the occurrence of an event avoids the occurrence of the other, then 2 events are said to be mutually exclusive events in a trial. Mutually exclusive events cannot occur simultaneously. For example, if a coin is tossed, the occurrence of head restricts the occurrence of tail and vice versa. That means, you will get either tail or head, both you will never get together. In the same way, if a die is thrown, then the event of getting face a value of 1 avoids getting the value of 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, if you get 1, others you will not get. Equally likely events. Outcomes of a trial are said to be equally likely if taking into consideration all the relevant evidences, there is no reason to expect one in preference to another. For example, if an unbiased coin is tossed, then head or tail are equally likely events. It means you may get definitely head or definitely tail, any one. That is called, please try to understand, they have equal opportunity. This is the meaning of this is head and tail have equal opportunities to get. That is why we call it as equally likely events. Another example, if a die is thrown, then the event of getting the value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are equally likely events. All have equal chance of getting. Next one, independent events. If the occurrence of an event does not affect the occurrence of the other event, then the 2 events are said to be independent events. If an unbiased coin is tossed number of times, like 5 times, 10 times, then the occurrence of head first time does not affect the occurrence of tail in the subsequent trials. That means, when you when you toss the coin, now if you get head, it does not mean that next you won't get tail. No, you may get tail or you may not get also. So, that they are very independent events. Another example, if a die is thrown several times, then the occurrence of an event, that is getting 1, does not affect the occurrence of the events 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in subsequent trials. Next, sample space. Actually, this sample space we deal only when we calculate probability using set theory. So, under that condition this term occurs. Sample space, a set of possible outcomes in a trial is called a sample space and it is denoted by S, capital letter S. Each element in a sample space is called a sample point. Example, the total possible number of outcomes in throwing a die is 6. If all these are written in a set form, it will be set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is called sample space and each element in S is called sample point. In the same way, total possible number of outcomes in tossing a coin is 2. Therefore, S is equal to H and T. Each element is called sample point. Event. Every subset of a sample space is called an event. Again, under the sample theory, like under set theory, these are the terms we use. So, the total, for example, the total possible number of outcomes in throwing a die are 6. If all these are written in a set, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it is okay. Then, how they are events? Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, set 5, set 6. All these are called events. In the same way, when we toss the coin, set H and set T, that is head and tail, or one set means S is equal to HT. It can be like subset also. So, this subset is called event when probability we calculate using set theory. That is all in this video. In next video, let us try some illustrations. Till then, all the best. God bless you.